In the heart of ancient Ionia, in the city of Miletus, lived a man whose ideas would change the course of human thought forever. His name was Thales, and though his hands never wrote a single book, his ideas shaped the very foundations of philosophy, mathematics, and science. In a world ruled by myths and gods, he dared to ask, what if nature could explain itself? For centuries, the Greeks had turned to their pantheon for explanations. They believed that Zeus controlled the storms, Poseidon commanded the seas, and Hades ruled the underworld. But Thales looked around and saw something different. He saw patterns, order, and laws governing the world. Laws that were not dictated by the whims of the gods, but by nature itself. He sought a single principle that underpinned everything, a universal substance from which all things were formed. Thales observed rivers, seas, and rain, noting how water nourished life and existed in different forms, liquid, vapor, and ice. He concluded that water must be the fundamental substance, the arche of the universe. It was everywhere, essential for all living things, and capable of transformation. Perhaps, he thought, all matter, in some way, originated from water. Though modern science has since revealed a far more complex reality, Thales' quest for a natural explanation was revolutionary, marking the first recorded attempt to explain the universe through reason rather than mythology. Yet his curiosity extended beyond the material world. Thales turned his eyes to the heavens and became one of the earliest astronomers. He studied the movement of the stars and predicted a solar eclipse in 585 BCE, an event so astonishing that it halted a battle between the Lydians and the Medes. How he accomplished this remains uncertain, but historians believe he may have used Babylonian astronomical records to identify cycles in celestial events. His prediction demonstrated that even the heavens operated under predictable laws, a radical idea in a time when people saw the sky as the domain of the gods. His contributions to geometry were equally profound. Thales traveled to Egypt, where he learned from priests and scholars. He marveled at the towering pyramids and devised a method to measure their height without climbing them. By observing how the length of his shadow compared to his own height, he used simple proportions to determine the pyramid's height, pioneering what would later be known as similar triangles. Thales also formulated the first known geometric theorems, influencing later mathematicians like Pythagoras and Euclid. The most famous of these, Thales' theorem, states that if a triangle is inscribed inside a semicircle, the angle opposite the diameter will always be a right angle, 90 degrees. This theorem became a fundamental principle in geometry and is still taught in schools today. But Thales' brilliance was not limited to theory. He also applied his knowledge practically. A famous anecdote tells of how he once used his understanding of the seasons and weather patterns to predict a bountiful olive harvest. Confident in his prediction, he bought all the local olive presses in advance at a low price. When the harvest proved abundant, he rented them out at a high price, proving not only the power of knowledge, but also the value of foresight in economics. Some say this was his way of silencing critics who claimed that philosophers were impractical dreamers. His influence stretched beyond his own time. He founded the Milesian School, a center of learning that nurtured thinkers like Anaximander and Anaximenes, who expanded on his ideas. Later, Plato and Aristotle regarded him as the first philosopher, the man who took the first step toward understanding the world through reason. Thales did not have all the answers, but he asked the right questions. His quest for knowledge laid the foundation for science, philosophy, and mathematics, shaping the way humanity seeks to understand the universe. Even today, when we measure shadows, predict eclipses, or explore the nature of matter, we are following in the footsteps of a man who, over 2,500 years ago, dared to believe that the world could be understood, not through the will of the gods, but through the power of the human mind. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to support us with our effort.